I'm about to take a full team of the newest Prismatics in Spongebob Tower Defense into Endless. The main reason I'm doing this is because it's hard to tell what the best Prismatics in the game are. By looking at the stats, it tells no story at all. The SPA is obviously not accurate. The damage isn't even accurate half the time. And the most important part is the attack animation speed, which is not included in those times. So today, I hope I can provide a little bit of insight on what you should be grinding and some of the best new Prismatics in the game. I'm also going to show them at a reasonable level, something you can grind within 2 weeks, something you can get on one account only. I don't want to show some maxed out superstar versions, especially considering that these new star pots don't actually work on Prismatics anymore. So doing things like superstarring at blackjack becomes much harder. Superstarring, let's say, a Mr. Crab Ringmaster is now impossible. You're never going to see superstar Kenny the Cats, at least new ones, because you literally cannot 5-star them. Kenny the Cat's not only out of the game, so you can't even get the regular versions to 5-star, but you can't use potions on it at all. So to even get a star on a Kenny the Cat, that would be very, very difficult in today's game. But luckily, Kenny the Cat isn't even one of the newest Prismatics. Although it only came out a month ago, we've had about 7 sets. And one of those 7, you may ask? Well, let's go take a look down memory lane, aka my videos, to actually see what team we need to be using. So if we take a quick look, obviously the Dumpster Patrick's one of the new ones, but as well as the Dumpster Patrick is the Sanitation robot here. These guys came out together last update, so let's throw them in the lineup. So since Dumpster Patrick is very hard to get, only 300 exist, I think using a regular version of him is more than accurate and more than reasonable. So to make this more realistic for everyone, we're just going to be using a regular version of this guy. And the way you obtain him for those who are new is actually from the AFK Rock rewards. Now, it is very, very rare, but you could always get lucky. And honestly, it doesn't really expend many resources just sitting in the AFK Rock overnight. So we're going to throw him in, guys. Dumpster Patrick, the regular version. And then, funny enough, we're going to use the maxed out Sanitation robot. Now, you may be thinking this is unfair, and it is. But the truth is, the Sanitation robot superstar is easier to get than even a regular Dumpster Patrick. All you have to do for this guy is get every Premium Series 2 card, Holo and S10. So it can't just be S10, it can't just be Holo. You need both at once on one card. And then if you go to the reward section, you can see it's right here. So collect all 10 Holo S10s and you can get one as well. And truth be told, guys, especially with admin abuse, that is really easy to do. I managed to do this in a day. You guys could definitely do it by now as well. And not sure why there's no exist count on it. I think so many are coming into existence. It glitched out of the game. It's so easy to get. And if you guys want to buy Premium Series 2 card packs, you can buy them with Robux. I definitely do not recommend that. They drop a bunch in every admin use and they only drop more every time. The other cheeky part of these card packs is, wait, let me find it. Well, here's one of the new ones. You can actually trade them over to your alts or anyone. So that makes it even easier to get this unit. Trading cards literally count towards index. They just have a 1-week cooldown. So keep that in mind, guys, if you are planning on trading it. If you trade it to your friend or something, they won't be able to trade it back for a week. So surprisingly, the next Prismatic is literally the Janet and Marty, guys. We haven't had that many Prismatics except for the raffle Prismatic, which is impossible to get. For one, it's a lottery and I haven't even entered the raffle yet. But for two, you can't even trade it, so I couldn't get it if I wanted to. It's also extremely unrealistic to have in general, so I'm not going to showcase that one in this video. But we will throw in our Janet and Marty. And even this Janet and Marty is pretty hard to 5-star, guys. I do have it 5-starred, but just because I say it's pretty hard doesn't mean it's impossible. If we check out these chests, guys, it's a 2% chance to get it. They drop chests like crazy. You can definitely get this thing 5-starred, and I think it's pretty realistic for the video. In fact, let's just pull one right now, and of course we don't. And before we get started, I definitely need to flip these traits around, guys. We need all of our units to have the same secret sauce, okay? So secret formula at the top, Seaber on the bottom. Doesn't actually make a difference, by the way, to the damage or anything. It just looks better when your whole team has the same trait combination. So next after the Janet and Marty is actually the hands, at least I think. I seem to have used it in 2 videos back to back, so I would assume this was probably the newest one at the time. But there's a small problem. We don't actually have a hand. So let's try to actually pull it in these playtime rewards. It's 1 in 25,000. It says you get shiny Wumbo, and even a shiny Wumbo hands, that's actually not possible. The only way to get those is to win a giveaway in Krabby Crew, and only 1 shiny Wumbo exists for now. The rest are all regular. So obviously a shiny Wumbo is not realistic at all. We are going to need a regular for this showcase. So let's try to get... Oh, wait, we just saw it. Did you guys see that? That was the first time I've ever even seen it in the shells. Oh my gosh, that was close. We literally got 2 off, guys. It was right where this trait, no, it was right where this green coin was that first open. And this is not even a luck boosted one. That would have been crazy. I would have actually jumped out of my chair. But instead, we get a bunch of gems, coins, and a bunch of other stuff we don't need. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to trade for this, which is fine because it's actually not that rare. 2.2k exists already. It's only been a couple weeks. So let's get into that trading hub and let's go get one. And we found one already, guys. This one's number 5. We're gonna have to flip these traits around, obviously, but this is around the best hands you're gonna get. Even 5-starring this thing, pretty impossible now. Well, let's actually throw up an offer, guys. So we used to have the number 3 blackjack. That's now gone. We do have the number 9 shiny Wumbo Kenny the cat. I'll throw that in for it. And honestly, guys, I'm gonna give him, let's see, a free SquarePants. Okay, I'm gonna throw in a free SquarePants right now. So shiny Wumbo number 9 Kenny and the SquarePants. I think we're overpaying like crazy, but it is a really good cereal. Hopefully this isn't duped. And you may be wondering, duped? What does that even mean? People can duplicate units and replicate the cereals, and they actually get deleted when they come in contact. So not to scare anyone, but make sure you join our Tides Discord down below. We do have a list of every single duped unit, and it is a lot of units. We are even missing some on this list. But if we go to hands, as you can see, cereal 5 isn't actually duped, at least not on our list. So I'm going to be pretty safe and secure with this one. So let's slap that in, obviously flip the traits around, and then we'll move on to the next units. And there we go. Nice and perfect Secret Formula and Sea Bear. So again, this one is very difficult to get. It's very rare from these playtime prizes. So honestly, I'm good with using a regular one as well. And just to reiterate, the shiny Wumbo is unobtainable in game. You have to win an external giveaway in Discord. So next is this SudBob, which is actually extremely hard to pull. And even though we did get the SudBob in that video, we did get it in a different opening. I think it was a chest opening. And honestly, we haven't even used it. He doesn't even have the Hydro Spatula. So we're going to have to get one of those because I'm all out if we look here. And of course, we're going to have to flip his traits around. We're not going in with these regular traits, guys. And this is just another unit that's going to be impossible to superstar. I'll show you the exist count in just a second. It's literally only 1.5k. So until they start adding more and more code crates or allow us to star potion it, it's just gonna have to stay regular. But the good thing about SudBob, a shiny Wumbo version is actually possible. It's just a lot more rare, like 10 times rarer. So there is a few that exist. I'm only using my regular for now since I actually did some of this one myself. Without any further ado, let's move on to the last unit. So the 7th newest prismatic is actually the Sponge Boy. And just in case you guys didn't see, we actually ended up buying it first in the world. So this is the animation when you buy it, it pops up. I had to pull up the chat, of course. But as you can see here, we checked the cereal was number 1. So let's throw that into battle. And here he is here. Unfortunately, the level is a little unreasonable and unrealistic. You probably won't be able to get yours to level 152. But honestly, guys, this takes 2 to 3 days of grinding. Just head into rock bottom, play on Davy Jones, and set up a quick macro if you can. I did make a tutorial for it, and you'll be collecting around 3,000 XP per game when there's 4 times XP boosts. Actually, it might even be more than that, guys. If you have the personal XP pass, which I think everyone has, that is, where is it? Right here, guys. This thing is super easy to get. I think I probably have a few of them myself. Never mind, I don't have a few of them myself, but they've definitely dropped in Amadeus before, and it's definitely easy to get. So make sure you guys get that pass, start grinding rock bottom, and then head into this rock once you're level 25,000. Prestige a bunch of times, you get a medallion every 100 levels, and then you can come and buy the Sponge Boy here. Since it only takes 2 days to grind, I would even say it's probably the easiest thing on this list to actually get. And that's exactly why I'm including him as a superstar, even though we have regular versions here. And in case you guys didn't know, you can't actually use a max level potion on the Sponge Boy. So he's stuck at level 152, although it's very hard to get to level 152 without a potion. And I'd even go a step further and say that the perfect amount upgraded to make it realistic. The Jan and the Marty 5.5k shiny Wumbos exist. So there's probably going to be, what, 20k regulars? You can definitely get this thing 5-star. The Sanitation Robot, easy in the packs. The Dumpster Patrick, not easy. That's why he has no stars. Hands, same thing. SudBob, same thing. Sponge Boy, extremely easy to get to the point. Again, he has no exist count. And for those thinking, oh, is it a coincidence that both superstars don't have an exist count? Well, look at this superstar. It has an exist count. I think they're so easy to get that they overload the server data. I'm not really too sure, but our team is looking to be complete except for one thing. So we're here with Biggie Cheese. He's going to do a hydrodynamic spatula on our SudBob for free, and then we'll be completely maxed out, okay? At least within reason. So a big thanks to Biggie Cheese. There we go, guys. It now has a hydrodynamic spatula, and now all of our units, I think, are ready to go. And for those who don't know, this is the hydrodynamic spatula. It boosts every stat on a unit by 30%. And if you ask me, 30% is a lot. So we slapped on every unit, and now we're good to go. We have every new prismatic within reason, and they're maxed within reason. So let's take them all into boss battles. So we're gonna go to Sticky Fins tier 5. We're gonna see, can this thing even last a second? I mean, maybe, because it takes a while to spawn in when you have 6 units, but it's gonna get shredded very quickly. It only has, let's see, 2.4 billion health. We're doing 2.2 billion damage with just Sponge Boy alone. So as you guys can see, it goes down to heartbeat. Sanitation's doing even more. 2 seconds, because it took a long time to spawn in, but it pretty much got one shot, guys. That's insane. But now it's time for what you guys all came here for today, Endless Mode. If you guys didn't know, Endless Mode actually accurately tracks your total damage of each unit, so we can actually see which unit here will do the most total damage in battle. This is the best way to find out which units are the best. Obviously, those single attacks will do worse than something like a full AoE when it comes to total damage, because the full AoE can attack the whole map at once. So let's keep that in mind. Usually the damage has a giant difference though, like one unit's way better than the rest, etc, etc. But still, so let's keep it in mind. If it's a single target like hands or like the sanitation robot, it can only attack one enemy at once, so it's not going to have as much group damage. So now it is time, the world's first test of all of these prismatics in one battle. Let's take it back to the OG Krusty Krab Endless A. I figure we'll switch the scenery because we aren't going for a record. Even though this map used to be easier, it might still be, we'll see. But all we care about is the total damage at the end of all of these units. So let's turn on that 10x and let's start the wave. We're going to use our pets. And yes, guys, we do have a full team of max pets as well. I don't think any of these even have stars on them. Maybe the easy one to start has stars. But other than that, these are just the regular shiny Wumbos. And we're going to use them to clean up pretty much everything here until we can get an actual unit down. The unfortunate part is, even with Tower VFX off, these things still have Tower VFX, so it's going to be annoying until we get out of the way. And finally, we can get out of the way. So let's get down. Honestly, let's start off with a SudBob node. I think I'm going to place one of each unit just to get a rough idea of their size and to show you guys this thing's single target, so it doesn't really matter where we put him. So yeah, we'll just leave him in the corner there by himself. So not really a lot of good placements on this map now that I think of it. Maybe the OGs, we would place a cyborg like right here to pierce all back here. But honestly, this map is pretty tiny now for today's units. So I'm going to get the Janets down over here. This thing is splash, guys, so it doesn't really matter where we place it. As I said, the only thing that matters is line units, and we only have one line unit. So let's get the SudBob down. Single target and splash units alike, it doesn't matter where they get placed. They're going to do the same damage no matter what and hit the same amount of enemies. But with these line units, actually, the closer they are to the enemy, the more damage they do, but they also can attack this entire line, obviously, because they're a line. So I'm just gonna place 5 of them right there. Maybe we'll place a few right here as well, just to, you know, pierce at the start. And I think with that, these should be pretty good to go, guys. We'll leave this one in the middle. Actually, no, you know what, let's move them too. So other than the SudBob, everything's splash, single, splash, single, single. So yeah, a lot of boring attack types. They definitely need to up that and get some cooler animations going on, or maybe even some new attack types. But let's get down. Okay, Dumpster Patrick's tiny too, so let's just throw him in the middle. And there we go. We don't have any jellyfish jam, so it really doesn't matter if stuff's in the middle or not. And even if we were using jellyfish jam on Dream Fury, it takes up the whole map. But not only that, everything already has 0-second SPA, and jellyfish jam improves that. So we don't even need jellyfish jam anymore. Next, I'm going to place down these gigantic sanitation robots, guys. They take up so much room that you actually need to pre-plan them out. Literally, I'm just going to place them as far away from civilization as possible, just so they don't get in anyone's way. And I think placing them on the outskirts of the map is going to be our best idea. The problem with this map is, I mean, if you're Manitage, you can easily glitch outside of it, but there is a lot of limited placement for these bigger units. Concentrate on the site definitely gives us more options, but honestly, we're making it work, so I don't even mind, guys. I think we got one more to place, and can we place another one? Okay, there. We got all 8 down somehow, some way. Really tight squeeze, but we got them. So other than that, everything's pretty tiny. So I'm just going to scatter them in the middle just like this. And once I'm done placing them all, I'll get back to you guys. All right, we've officially got everything down. It literally says I can't place anything else no matter how hard we try. So let's check out their total damages before we get started. As you guys can see on the first few waves, total damage is pretty much 0. On the Spongebob though, is it bugged or does this map just bugged? What? How are we all at 0? Oh, because this guy's stealing all the damage. They can't even get their attack in. 928,000. Anyway, long story short, these things have no damage just yet because the enemies have no health. So as the health goes up, we'll actually start accumulating damage and we'll be able to get a fair assessment of what the best units are. I'm literally going to save all the way into the last few waves and upgrade everything all at once, just to make sure they all have fair distribution with the upgrades so that they all have equal damage output, if that makes sense. I don't want to have like a level 5 Spongebob because that'd be a little unfair for the rest. So as I said, once we're at wave 1000 or so, I'll be back with you guys and we'll start upgrading these things to max. We got a lot of enemies to kill still, so we got a while to go, probably another hour or so, and I'll see you guys then. So we're now on wave 800, and the good thing about Krusty Krab is you actually get a ton of money. So I think we can easily max out all of our units. We just have one small problem in the way. We are actually lagging out, and this is taking forever. I've probably been here for 2 hours. I almost finished editing my whole video in the duration of this game. So yeah, as you guys can tell, this is just so choppy. We have 48 prismatics on the board, some of the biggest and best, and the fastest attacking especially. I'm looking at you, Hands. And yeah, guys, we are just kind of lagging, but hopefully it picks back up. These waves also do take much longer than Con Street. But let's keep upgrading, guys. I think it's a little unfair if we leave only some upgraded, so let's get them all done right away. And yeah, look at that, guys. I've upgraded a ton already, and we're still at 6.7 million. This is absolutely brutal for money, guys. I love it. Brutal. It's good. So I think I'll just use the upgrade manager for the rest. It is the easiest part, but it is lagging just a little bit, so we got to do it at good intervals. Just wait for the lag to clear, and then we'll pop them all just like that. Bang, 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 bang. And we're still at 6 million somehow. Oh my gosh, guys. This is crazy money efficient. So the Krusty Krab really is the Mr. Money Man. And let's see, guys. I think everything... Oh, no. We're missing the sponge. Oh, we're still missing a ton. Holy moly. I thought everything was maxed. No, we're missing a ton still. So let me just upgrade all of these. I'll be back as soon as we do. Trust me, I won't cheat the system, guys. You know me. So one more left, and I accidentally sold my hand. So actually one more after that. So let's just place them down right here, and then we'll upgrade this one to max. And I think that's it, guys. If we scroll down, every single unit says max. Oh my gosh. I don't think I see a lit up green button on this entire upgrade index. I actually didn't think we'd have enough money to make all these upgrades, but luckily we did, guys. So I'll see you guys at wave 1,000 or so. I'm also kind of interested to see if this map's easier than Con Street or not. So we're not only testing the best Prismatics in the game and their total damage, we're also getting to see if this map's easier. This is insane. But before we check out all of the total damage, let me know what you guys think will be the best unit down below. Maybe even give me a rank, 1 through 6, the best units to worst. I hope you guys say Spongebob first, because if it's not, I'm going to be mad, guys. And we're starting to get some action. The enemies are actually kind of coming far. We are lagging out, guys. Hopefully this doesn't affect the performance of our units. But either way, with this many good units, you're destined to lag. There's too much going on. The pets are just increasingly more and more placements. So I think the next boss might actually kill us. And luckily, though, we do have a different type of boss on here. We aren't going to get the dirty bubble as usual. Instead, we get the Man Ray boss, but look how fast the boss is. That's the only problem. He has nowhere near 1 billion health yet, but he's running so fast, which actually makes him a devious threat. But we are on wave 1100, so it's not too bad at all, guys. I am going to check the total damage as soon as we actually take damage. So I turned off the auto skip and turned on 7x. That's going to help us a little just to deal with all these swarms. So there's less stuff on the map, obviously. And I think now might be the perfect time to check out our total damage before a Man Ray actually comes and kills us. If we look here, these Man Rays spawn every 14 waves, and they're getting pretty far for comfort. I mean, they still do have to wrap around here and all the way around here and over here and still around the back. But still, I really do not want to miss this for you guys. So let's check out the... Actually, we'll do the Spongebob last because that's what I'm betting on. Let's do the hands first, okay? Hands has 2.8 trillion for at least one of them. So yeah, I would say 2.3 to 2.8 trillion. That's really, really good. Janet, by the way, these are both level 50. Oh, wait, no. Our Janet is level 100. So this thing's level 100, 3.1 trillion. Very actually similar to the hands. A bit more damage, but it also is 5-star. Next, let's check out the SudBobs, guys. 680 billion. This thing is definitely lacking behind as expected. One of these do have 1 trillion. So I guess placing it near the front is actually kind of better if you want more total damage, but definitely lacking behind the other two we checked out. Next, I'm going to check out the Sanitation robot, and oh my gosh, it has 10 trillion damage. That's expected, though. It is superstar. That's pretty crazy, guys. Wow. And it looks like all of them have around 10 trillion when I come through clicking here. One on 9.6, 9.2, but that's still pretty standard. So let's check out Dumpster Patrick now. I'm curious about this guy. In 2 trillion at level 50. That's actually really, really good for him. Thank you. So 2.9 trillion on hands though. So I guess hands is a bit better than Dumpster Patrick. Kind of surprising. At least on 10x it's better. And last but not least, Spongebob. They said this thing would be meta for the next 2 months. Please be telling the truth because I went all in on this thing, leveling it up and everything. Please just have a ton of damage. And it only has 8 trillion. It only has 8 trillion. What? It's a splash, you have to remember, guys. So it should be doing way more because it can attack multiple enemies at once, but it's doing less damage than our Sanitation robot. I mean, the Sanitation robot is a lot more leveled, to be fair, but it's a single target. But anyway, at least we're through all the total damages. Now we can die in peace at any moment. So Man Ray, please spawn. And wow, we took 8 damage actually. So that must have been a speedy anchovy. And there it is, 1204 for this crazy team. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Well, let's cancel the SudBob. Let's get a bunch more hands, a bunch of Dumpster Patrick. No, let's get some Sanitation robots in the chat, more Spongeboys and hands. These things are absolutely goated, guys. Imagine if we had a superstar. Oh my gosh, it'd be broken. Like this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe, notifications on. We got plenty more bangers coming on the way, including a noob to pro where I restarted on a brand new account with no Robux, no trading, and I actually got Prismatics. So guys, that's coming soon. Like the video and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.